Welcome back to another episode of the Glioblastoma AKA GBM podcast. My name is Amber and I am the founder and director of the Glioblastoma Research Organization. This podcast mini-series would not be possible without our partners at XCures, which is an AI technology that helps you keep all of your medical records and information together in one place. If you want to get involved with XCures and learn more about what they're doing, you can visit them online at xcures.com. So first, I wanted to apologize for the major delay in getting this episode out. I've tried to record this at least 4 times, and it just has not worked out every single time. The first time was the week after New Year's, and my plan was to get 2 episodes out, and I was ridiculously sick, and it was not going away, and I didn't want to subject everyone to listening to me cough and sound nasal for however long this podcast episode is, so you are all welcome for that. And then we had our Padel for Brain Cancer tournament, which I'll go into in a minute, but that was absolutely insane. It was incredible, and I'm so excited to share more about the event with you guys, and I just could not record an episode. And then so fast forward a couple days ago, I was trying to finally record this episode. Everything was great. I was making hard-boiled eggs in my kitchen, literally nothing exciting, and the eggs finished boiling. And for some reason, I've been on a Dear Evan Hansen musical kick, and I've been trying to learn the words to this one song called Sincerely Me. It's a bop. 10 out of 10 recommend checking it out. But anyways, in this part of the song, whatever, I was trying to rewind it, and my eggs were done, and the boiling water was in the pot with the eggs and whatever. And I have a sink, and it has 2 parts to the sink, and there's a mini divider in the middle of the 2 sink parts. And for some reason, in my mind, it made so much sense to balance the pot of hot water, scorching, boiling hot water, on the little divider. I couldn't have put it in the sink. I could have put it on the counter. No, I wanted to put it on the divider. Anyways, I've got one hand that's trying to put the hot water pan on the divider, and then this other hand, it's kind of swap, but I have a microphone. So anyways, this hand is over here trying to adjust the music, and then this hand is gripping the pot, and then anyways, the pot obviously spills over, burns my entire hand. So I've got this lovely bandage going on, a nice 2nd degree burn. So that's been fun. So that kind of messed up the recording 2 days ago. And then yesterday, I was so excited. I finally sat down at night and I recorded 2 hours, and I was like, this is such a great episode. This is amazing. Only to find out as I finally plug in, I turn everything off, all the technology, because again, it's literally just me doing the lighting, camera, whatever, which is a lot of fun, and I'm happy to talk you guys through it if you ever want to do a podcast. It's hard without a tech person, I will say, because I recorded a 2-hour episode and I lost all of it. Literally, I plugged the SD card into my computer, and it's your file drive's corrupted, and all the audio that you've recorded is non-existent. So I was like, that's so great. So here we are, take 5, and we're back in action and ready to go. So like I said, a couple weeks ago, we had our first ever Padel for Brain Cancer tournament. It was actually our first in-person fundraiser ever, which was insane because my background's event planning, and because of COVID, it's never been possible for us to plan a successful in-person event. Our strong suit is really with the digital community, which we're so thankful for, but we wanted to do more in-person initiatives and just create new ways of fundraising. Because again, it's as a nonprofit, you're 100% dependent on funds that you bring in to operate. So obviously the more different ways we can get donations and do fundraisers, the better it is for the organization, and the more research we can fund, the more awareness we can raise, and just it helps us operate. The fundraiser was amazing. I was okay, at the beginning, 0 expectations. I was maybe we'll hit $5,000 raised and we'll have 75 people show up. And keep in mind, the goal of this fundraiser was to target the health and wellness community of Miami, because as part of our mission, which is twofold, one is to raise awareness and to raise funds. The awareness part is a huge factor, because just having people aware of what glioblastoma is so incredibly important. So for us, when we had this opportunity to bring in a lot of people that maybe aren't necessarily affected by glioblastoma, was a really big deal. And so we were able to put together this amazing event thanks to some incredible people, which I want to give a thank you to. First is Ronnie Madra. He's been a friend, longtime mentor of mine. He is the founder and CEO of Eros, which is a earplug company. Definitely recommend checking them out. I will put the link in the bio here. He brought in such incredible people, and we could not have done it without him. Next was Skylar Hausworth, who is the co-founder of Certified Yoga, which is a yoga certification company that you can do online. They are based in Miami, but I think they operate everywhere. So I'll also link them down below. So thank you, Skylar, for bringing in all of your friends and all of your people. We couldn't have done it without you. And last but not least is Greg Link, who is a 10+ year glioblastoma survivor who I had on the podcast last season for season 2. We filmed in LA, and turns out Greg is a mutual friend of a bunch of other people that are not glioblastoma community related. And Greg brought a billion people. Every single day he was posting on social media, and so many of his friends were posting it as well. And we brought in so much money thanks to Greg. So seriously, thank you. Could not have done it without you. So that was our host committee. And so the event, basically, we ended up getting like around 30 different sponsors. We had different goodie bags. We had on-site giveaways. We had a raffle. We had so many different things that people could get involved in. There was like cryotherapy facials. There were vitamin B12 and vitamin D like injection shots on site. We had just a lot of different food, snacks, giveaways. We had Dr. Michael Ivan from University of Miami Sylvester Cancer Center, who's also on our medical advisory board. He gave a speech about just the importance of research funding. We also had David Fitting, who is a 25 plus year GBM survivor, who gave a speech. He's one of the ambassadors of the organization. So it was a really special event, and it was amazing for awareness. We ended up having 58 players, and I was floored the whole time. I was like, we ended up having to extend the bracket twice, which was so insane, and I was so beyond thankful. Like I didn't have any expectations, but it just really surpassed any possible idea or dream that we could have had for this event. We ended up having 120 spectators, so like the event overall was such an incredible success, and we've officially raised $45,000 for glioblastoma awareness and research, and we are just so thankful. So whether you supported the initiative, whether you attended in person, whether you donated online, whether you just shared it on social media, just any part of your involvement, we are so thankful for you. And again, a major thank you to the Reserve Padel team. You guys are incredible. We could not have done this without you. We are so beyond thankful. And an exciting announcement, we've got I need like a drum roll. Oh, I think I might have it on my podcast thingy. That wasn't it. Okay, we're gonna pretend that was a drum roll, and I really hope that it has to be. It's in the same device. I think it recorded. So, anyways, drum roll. We are excited to announce our Padel for Brain Cancer New York City, happening on May 11th, 2024 at Reserve Padel, New York. More news to come, but very excited about that. This is so fun. Again, major thank you to every single person that was involved. It was incredible, and we are so beyond excited to make this an ongoing initiative for the organization at Reserve Padel locations all across the USA, so stay tuned. So getting into this week's episode, I kind of wanted to do an episode just about life hacks that have helped me when I was being a caregiver for glioblastoma, and just life hacks that I've seen come up in general for people that have been a part of the community, in hopes that if you're going through any of these situations, this might help you. So the first question that came in was, how can I keep track of medications and the timing of administering them? And something for me that was extremely helpful, I think I just had an idea to start a company. If you're a software developer, please reach out. I have an idea for you. Anyways, that's so funny that I got this on camera. So in regards to like keeping track of everything, something that helped me, and I actually learned it when I was working at this company in New York when I was like 22, I want to say. And my boss was like, you need to set an alarm for every single thing that you do. Like, I need you to do follow-ups at XYZ times, and always like, it was a very like strict timing schedule. And my boss would always literally be like, set an alarm for every single thing and label the alarm of what exactly you have to do. So if you go on my phone, and I honestly, it's been years and I don't think I've even changed them. So if you look at my phone, I don't know if you can see it. I mean, maybe you can see it out there. I don't know. It's too far away, but like hundreds of times, like it just goes on and on and on. And so what you can do actually is you can label the alarm of what it is that you have to do. And typically something like medication, it's like where you're administering it every single day. It might be like 11 a.m. every day, and you can set it up as like a recurring alarm. So that was extremely helpful. I also like to do where I will write like little Post-it notes in like very prominent areas of my house, like let's say like behind my front door, or like on the fridge, or like on the bathroom mirror, where like areas that I'm like seeing kind of like often, just like in passing, like walking around the house, and just like having those reminders, because like I'll put it on a neon piece of paper, and it's like, why would I have a neon piece of paper there? And it's like, oh, I remember I have to do something now. So that also helped me a lot too. Maybe you have like a reminders app in your phone. Maybe you have some sort of like calendar that you can write things down. I personally like love a whiteboard, and I'll write down goals for the week, but maybe you can do it for every single day. So I definitely think utilizing technology as much as you can will be the easiest possible way, but there are lots of different options and different scheduling tools, so you kind of have to just find what works best for you. So the next question was, how can I get better sleep? And I think I'm actually a really good person to talk about this, because I spent years going to sleep therapy. I've always had a tough time sleeping, especially when I'm in like a place where I'm very stressed out or anxious, like my cortisol levels are high and there's a lot going on in my mind. I find it very difficult to turn my brain off and relax. So I went to a sleep therapist for about like 2 years, and these are some of the tips and tricks that she told me. So if you have a pen and paper, definitely, or like a notepad somewhere in your phone, anything, write this down because they were extremely beneficial. So in regards to sleep, I think there's 2 ways to approach it. One is if you're sleeping by yourself, like you're single, or one is that if you have a significant other and you're sharing the bed with someone. And so touching on the significant other one first, because I think I have less to comment on about that, is that I think a lot of people in society feel like, okay, if I'm not sleeping with my partner, that means my relationship is bad, something is wrong. And according to my sleep therapist, if you want to get in touch with her, please reach out. I'm happy to connect you. But what she had taught me is that like sleep is so important. And it doesn't mean your relationship is in a bad place if you're not sleeping together. How can you expect your relationship to be in a good place if you are not able to function as a human because you are not getting sleep? And so let's say you're extremely restless, like let's say the body heat of another person is too much, and let's say you're tossing and turning and that's causing the other person, like splitting up to sleep may be the best thing that might be able to happen to your relationship. And I think a lot of people get concerned like something is wrong, like you have to sleep with your partner. I think that is so false. It's like as like a caregiver, how can you expect to show up for someone else if you're not taking care of yourself? And in this example, the example is sleep. Like if you're not getting sleep, if you're not feeling rested, even though yes, you maybe want to like cuddle with your partner, or you're just used to sharing a bed, like if you're able to split up, maybe there's another bedroom, maybe there's a couch for some nights a week where you're able just to reset, that might be your best bet, and it's nothing to feel bad about. So then also talking about it's like sleeping by yourself. And I think you can also apply some of these situations to like when you have a partner, but again, just talking like let's say if you're by yourself. If you are tossing and turning in the middle of the night, you should not be staying in your bed. According to my therapist, the bed needs to be a place of rest. And the longer you stay in your bed, and if you're tossing and turning, you're going to train your brain to think that your bed is a place of restlessness, and it will be very hard for you to relax and to calm down and to like get proper rest over there. So what my therapist recommended is that if you are feeling restless, you like just know like I'm not able to sleep, get up out of the bedroom and go to a different place. Maybe there's like a chair, maybe there's a couch, maybe there's just some other place in your vicinity that's not in your actual bed that you're able to put on like some dim light and read a book. Do not touch any piece of technology, and you stay in this place. You try, maybe you can meditate, whatever it is. Stay in this place until you're sleepy, not when you're tired, because there's 2 differences when you're tired versus when you're asleep. Tired is like, okay, like, yeah, I'm tired. I'm tired. But sleepy is like when your eyelids are drooping, when you're yawning, like that is actual like sleepiness. And that's when you should go back to bed to try to fall asleep again. Something else that my therapist had recommended was restricting the time and sleep. So for example, I found that I was like going to bed at 10 p.m., but I was up at 4 o'clock every day. And so this 6-hour time increment seemed to be working for me. And in retrospect, I ideally would like to be getting more than, 6 hours of sleep. But that's what my body at the time was being like, okay, this is what's working for you. And you're just not able to go back to bed after 4 o'clock in the morning because you're sleeping for those 6 hours. So what I started to do was go to bed at 12 and wake up at 6 and be on like a very rigid time schedule, block in my sleep hours. And I would instantly wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I'd make myself get out of bed and try to get on this routine. And as you got used to that, you can try to extend the hours and shift it. But that's something that also did work for me. And something else that my therapist said was obviously not using technology before you go to bed. And it sounds like such a simple thing, but truthfully, like I still don't do it. I try to keep my phone away from the bed, but odds are it's on my nightstand, which I know is not good. And I'm like cognizant of it. But not having the technology so accessible to where you're like scrolling right before bed and then scrolling the second you wake up, that will also help the sleep that you get. And also kind of related to sleep, but kind of not. I recently got the Hatch alarm clock where it like lights up, like it's like the sun and you can pick like different colors and noises. I found it so much more pleasant and less stressful to wake up, especially if I have to wake up earlier now. I'm someone that has a hard time waking up in the morning, especially if I have a very restless night. I will stay in bed until 2 minutes, like before I actually have to do something. And then I'm obviously stressed out. And then like my phone alarm goes off and it's blaring loud and it is so beyond unpleasant. This alarm clock, I keep it on the other side of the bedroom and it lights up. So like first the light wakes you up and then you can make settings to where you start hearing like noises and I have like birds chirping or whatever. It's very, very pleasant. And honestly, it's kind of been a game changer for my early days. So definitely if you have the ability to do that, I think they also have different options on Amazon or online where you're able to get different versions for cheaper. So maybe looking into something like that might also help impact the ending of your sleep. Another question that came in was, how can I get my loved one to eat if they're claiming that they're not hungry, but I know they're not getting enough nutrition? So when my dad started to decline, he stopped eating. And so my mom and I would put food in front of him and he just like wouldn't eat it because he was sleeping a lot. So she had this idea one day. She was like, we should just start blending up all of his food and making a smoothie. And smoothies became a very big thing in our household. And she would blend up like spaghetti, hamburger. I mean, like it was like a Fairly Odd Parents type of like, the Fairly Odd Parents commercial where they're blending all of like the milkshakes and just everything in the beginning. It's kind of like that. She would put every single thing into this blender and we'd put some vitamins in there and protein, just whatever he could like get, because he was able to drink smoothies. And so that lasted for, I want to say, a week. And then it got to a point where he was just drinking water. And like, I think the smoothies were at that point too thick to, for him to swallow. And unfortunately, I think that just does happen with some people as they start to decline from a brain tumor. Everyone is different. Again, please talk to your doctor or medical provider for any specifics relating to your situation. But this is just what happened with our family. And so smoothies were like a very important thing for us just because they were a really big part of his nutrition for, I guess, a portion of his diagnosis. And that kind of kept my mom and I going too, because we would just make our own smoothies. Like we didn't really want to like make food. And it was just kind of like a throw everything in there, get as much nutrition as you can for as long as we can like swing this for. And it ended up just being helpful for the time period that we were doing that for, which also actually inspired a collaboration that we did last year for May, which is Brain Cancer Awareness Month. We did a partnership with Smoothie Box, which is a company that will send you pouches to your house. You can pick which like flavors you want online. They basically send you different frozen pouches and it has like fruits, vegetables, it has grains, like some has hemp seeds, a bunch of like different stuff. And there's like all the nutrition facts online and you can kind of like pick and choose what goes into each pack that you like. And they send it to your house. And I was so excited to do a collaboration with them because, again, smoothies were so impactful during my dad's journey that I wanted to be able to give discounts and give back to other people that may be going through the same situation. So we were super excited to partner with them. And if you're interested, you can still go on our website and learn more about that collaboration, and definitely check out Smoothie Box if that's something that might be of interest to you. Another question was, how can I go about getting a hospital bed in my house? And this is a great question. And I have personal experience doing this, so I'll share with you guys what we did. So when my dad got to a point where we knew he wasn't going to be doing treatment, we were like looking into different hospice and palliative care companies. And for those that don't know the difference of hospice and palliative care. So hospice care is something that typically happens towards the end of someone's life. Someone has a terminal illness, and in textbook definition, hospice care is typically given to someone that has 6 months of a life expectancy. And so basically hospice care can mean anything from helping someone with physical needs, emotional needs, spiritual needs, whatever the situation is. There are a lot of different things that each hospice care company has that can support any part of the current journey that you and your loved one are going through. And palliative care is something that can be given to someone during any stage of their illness. It basically just provides comfort and support and helps make the patient comfortable in whatever stage that they're going through. And so again, in my dad's situation, the company that we found, they're called Seasons Hospice. I don't know if they're around anymore, but if they are, thank you guys. Could literally not have done anything without you. We were so beyond thankful. They were such an incredible company. The staff was amazing. And basically what happened was we go in to meet with the hospice center and we were assigned a social worker, and we tell the social worker a situation of what's going on with my dad. And they were asking us a bunch of questions. They were like, is he going to be on hospice care? And at this point of his illness, we were like, yes, because he just was starting to decline so quickly. We're like, we want to make him comfortable, but when it comes to time for him to pass away, we don't want him to be at home. And I think this is different for everyone's situation. A lot of people I know like to pass away at home. And I just know for me, my mom and I were discussing it, and I couldn't have slept in the apartment if he had passed away in the apartment. So what we did was we brought in, so I guess like back to the question is, how do I get a hospital bed in my home? And these companies literally do that for you. We had registered, it was covered by my dad's insurance, and I want to say he was on Medicare at the time. I'm not 100% sure, but a lot of other insurance policies do have end of life plans. So definitely recommend checking that out. Even if you're not going through anything, terminal illness, end of life, it's good to know what your plan offers just in case it happens. We were incredibly fortunate that it was covered by his insurance. And this company basically was like, here is a catalog, and look through this catalog, make like a check box every single thing that you want us to bring to your house. We're like, what do you mean? It's like, that was amazing. And again, it was so beneficial and helpful for us. And so in that like selection process, you can choose like a hospital bed. And for us, it was important because the bed that my dad was currently in, it didn't have like railings. And especially if a patient's like not able to move and we don't know what's going to happen. Like what if he like rolled over, he could easily fall off the bed. And so they brought in the hospital bed that has like the railings on the side. So it was just extremely helpful. This company literally brought in everything. As like my dad started to decline, they were like, okay, you know, every day like a doctor comes in to assess you and just like sit with them. They had like music therapy. Again, like every hospice company is different. This one was just very all encompassing. And again, so fortunate that we had the opportunity to be able to have been cared for by a company like this. And basically when it was like nearing the end of his life, you know, like the doctors would come in and assess every couple days, but the nurses were there every day. And so they would obviously communicate internally. And when it came to the time that, you know, one of the days came and the nurses was like, I think, you know, it's coming to the end. So we had asked them, you know, at this point, we want to move him to the inpatient facility. And our family still went to go visit every single day. As soon as they moved him, like they also had people like remove the hospital bed. So it was a very easy process. And again, the hospice center and palliative care center that you end up working with, they will have all of this information for you. Just make sure you're actually utilizing what they're giving you because they have all these resources and they are so, so helpful. And these aren't like necessarily life hacks, but these are just things that I found very helpful during my journey. For the organization, we made these Amazon shopping lists, and there are 3 different shopping lists. One is, I believe, like a comfort and a care section. One is like a caregiver section, and one is like a home aid section. And if you go on the gbmresearch.org website, you'll be able to see like all these different lists and you can buy them on Amazon. But it's basically a curated list of what I felt like was beneficial to me during my caregiving journey, my mom as well, and a lot of other community members of people that have just like said, hey, like this has been helpful or I've seen it posted about. So it's a list of compiled information. So if that resonates with you, definitely go check it out if you're currently going through it. So something else I wanted to do on this episode is that the other day, my mom and I were clearing out the storage unit and I found a box of things that I had packed a couple months after my dad passed away before I went to go travel. And I was like, I didn't feel like I could get rid of this stuff. I can't get rid of the stuff yet. We're not there yet, but I haven't gone through it. And it's like sitting in my apartment. It's like right there. So I thought I could open it and go through all of these little fun things while we're on the podcast, because if I do end up getting rid of it one day, I will have this video record of it. But I thought it'd also be good to share because I think after someone passes away, every single time, there will get to a point like where you come across your loved one's things and you go through it and you kind of have to like make this decision. And it's not something that I thought about. Like, you know, we're 6 years now. My dad passed away 6 years ago in April, which is actually crazy. And I don't know, like it'll take you as long for the journey. So we'll go through all the fun stuff. If you're listening to this on a like platform that's not YouTube and you're just watching this, you might want to go on YouTube because I don't know how much sense the rest of this is going to make. Oh, I'm telling you guys, one woman show over here. Hello. Okay, we're back. Hello. Okay. So I've got a box. Oh, I ripped the box. Got a box of stuff. So I packed this box when my dad had just passed away, and we were getting rid of like some things, but there were a few things that I could not get rid of and that I just didn't feel like appropriate doing. So let's see what's going on in here. So this was actually at the top, and I didn't know this was in here, and I was so excited to find this because this was like the first ever incorporation binder that I got when I incorporated the nonprofit. I went to a company called incorporate.com because I didn't know how to start a nonprofit. So if anyone needs advice on how to start a nonprofit now, I am more than happy to help you out with that because I've got decent knowledge at this point. So anyways, this is a binder basically. It's like it's just a cute little like memory thing. It says like incorporate.com. So yeah, we have like our division of corporations, like you are authorized to transact business now. It's very cool and it's really sweet. And it has like the old organization name on here. And it's just cool to see. It's, 6 years and it just blows my mind that it's come so far. These are other things that I just like don't know what to do with. And these things are like fully falling apart too. Oh God, no, ugh. That sounded like you're scratching like nails on a chalkboard. That is awful. This is my dad's State Board of Chiropractic Examiner. This is his license. What are you supposed to do with this? Like, I don't necessarily want a wall of chiropractic accolades. I think it's cool. But, like if you've gone through this, I'd love to hear anyone else's feedback. Like, what do you do with this stuff? Like, I don't want to just keep it in a box. I mean, it's been in a box. Actually, the box has been in storage. This is another one. This is His college graduation. Oh no. His internship certificate, 1979. Crazy. Another chiropractic college. The next one, and something actually pretty cool about the chiropractic college that he went to, is that basically this college, when people graduate, they had this symbol, and I'll show it to you guys in a second. And it's basically these like two hands holding on to each other. Actually, I'll show it now so it makes a little more sense. But anyways, these are like the chiropractic hands. Like the college that my dad went to, they basically put these hands on a necklace. And every single person that graduated the university got this like gold necklace with these chiropractic hands. And it was like my favorite thing that my dad had. And when he passed away, I was like, Mom, like I want like the hand necklace. And I still have it. She holds on to it for me. And like whenever I've gone, I wore it to his funeral. I've worn it to like going in to have surgery. Like there are always times like I will make sure to have it with me, and it feels like I'm getting like a hug from my dad. It's really cute. But yeah, it's a nice little memory. So this is a cute one. I don't think I can get rid of this actually. I'll show you guys what I don't know why. And like every single person has like the exact same haircut. Like they're all mustache, glasses, and like a little poofy haircut. I don't know. So this is my dad. That was him. At his funeral, actually, I read this and I included it in his eulogy at the funeral. And it says, I shall pass through this world but once, so let me live my life innately through chiropractic, touching as many lives as possible, for I shall not pass this way again. And I thought that was really sweet. I was like, oh, Dad. He was a good person. He always like really loved helping people and like literally just loved helping people. All right. So what else we've got in here? We've got his scrubs. His like favorite pair of scrubs. It says his name on it. And like I wanted to like, I feel like I want to like see if it smells like him. And if this is weird, like I feel like everyone does this. I'm just doing it on a camera. But like, no. So it doesn't smell like him, but it does smell like moldy box. It smells like moldy cardboard box. So it's been in storage for a while. That's okay. I feel like I'd probably start crying if it did like smell like my dad. Kind of glad it doesn't, but kind of sad it doesn't. This is another like sweater of his. I like literally love this sweater because like my favorite color is yellow. Yeah, no, it all smells like box. Here we've got, what do we have here? High school yearbook. Oh my God, this is so fun. This is like my favorite picture ever, and I'm so glad that I found this. My dad was a point guard, and he played college all through like, you know, his whole life, and then he played on his high school team, and then he ended up playing as a point guard for UConn, which he's actually in the UConn Hall of Fame online, which is the coolest thing ever. This picture is in his high school yearbook. I'll show you guys. Look at that. That's my dad just like dunking in Converse. Like literally how cool is that photo? I think that is so awesome. And it's so, oops, I think I just broke the book. A lot of people, I guess, that like signed his yearbook. And I think we should read some of them. Let's see what people thought of my dad. Some guy, Jeff. Jeff goes, Lee, good luck to a kid I've always liked. I hope you do a good job at UConn. From Jeff. Thanks, Jeff. I hope he liked you too. It's always just like weird because like I'll never know probably any of these people, and it's just so interesting to think of like, I don't know, they were all like friends. Like, I don't know, I think it's just funny. Like, I want to know who these people are. If any of you guys went to high school with my dad, oh my God, please reach out. That'd be so fun. Someone named Michael goes, Leo, lots of luck to a really talented man. It's been great being your friend. Let's try to stay in touch in the future. That's nice. His name is Leonard. To Leo, we can't forget those wonderful senior nights, in quotations. Leonard, what did you do with my dad? I'll miss you when you go to Florida. Good luck at UConn. Stay the great kid you are. Oh, that's cute. All right. Another one from Robert. Leo, best wishes to one of the best kids in the senior class. Remember history and gym class. I hope he remembered history and gym class with you, Robert. Another girl. A girl, Andrea, goes, Lee, you're a great guy. Never forget junior English. What did you do in junior English, Andrea? I'm sure you'll be successful next year at Connecticut. Best of luck always in everything you do, especially basketball. Oh, love Andrea. That's nice. This girl, Lynn, goes, Dear Lee, you are one of the nicest and sweetest guys I know. Don't ever change. It's been great to know you, and I hope you'll never forget me. Keep up the good work in basketball. From Lynn. Thanks, Lynn. It's cool like seeing everyone had like really nice things to say about my dad. I think that, you know, he was a good guy. Life was very kind when it gave me your friendship. Hope my friends think that about me. It's so funny because I feel like even like my yearbook too, people are like, it was so fun having you in gym class. Like I don't remember gym class. I don't even remember going to school, guys. And it's funny, my yearbook too, like it's so crazy to compare my dad's yearbook to mine where everyone's so nice. I was made fun of so badly. And my entire yearbook was like, you were really annoying freshman year. You're a lot less annoying now that you're a senior. Like literally every single yearbook post like that my friends wrote, and also my best friend Destiny never signed my yearbook. Destiny, I'm so calling you out on this. I am 29 years old, about to be 29 years old, and you have not still signed my yearbook. So I'm still not over that. I'm gonna send this to her and she's gonna start laughing. I always like send her. I go through my yearbooks like once a year. I just like clean out my closet. And there's always a page in like my senior year yearbook and it's blank and it says like Destiny's page. And I'm just like, you still haven't signed, ma'am. But anyways, it's cool to see that people were like, talking nicely about my dad, because about me, not so much. So if my child goes through this in the future, I am sorry. I was annoying. And I sprayed glitter on people. Anyways, this guy Steven goes, Lee, all I can say is I wish all the good luck at UConn and all the good luck in life. Oh, I'm going to cry. That was nice. This guy Erwin goes, Leo, may you sit on the tack of ambition and jump to the heights of success. I love that quote. That's cool. Thank you, Erwin. I'm going to start saying that from now on. Please keep grooving with the fellows. I don't know if he kept grooving with you guys, but I hope he did. It's also weird. It's like my dad's dead. I can't even ask him these things. Kind of wish I would have done this before he died. Anyways, that's the yearbook. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I did. College graduation. A bunch of like the National Board Examiner of Chiropractic. Like, what are you supposed to do with this? I don't know. Yeah, I don't really know what you're supposed to do with this. But anyways, if you're someone that's like avoided going through things, maybe this shows you that it's not so upsetting and it's kind of fun. I mean, like some things definitely like, it's nice to like see that people thought so highly of my dad, but I think it's also like nice to like relive memory stuff. I mean, I'm personally a person, like I have a memory box, and any concert I go to, any plane ticket that like I get a physical copy of, I have it like in this box, and I like to go through once a year and I get super nostalgic. And I've always really liked that stuff of kind of just like looking at, that kind of stuff. So if you're in a place where someone that you love has passed away, just know that if it's okay to not go through it if you're not ready. And if you feel like you've maybe not been ready, maybe this video is inspiring you to go through whatever it is. So I hope that could have been some help. I also have these voicemails, which are pretty cute. I like never actively listen to them. And I also saved like 10 backup copies because like, again, it's my dad and he's not here anymore. But let's see if I can put one. Maybe I'll start crying. I haven't heard these in a while. This is 2017. He also left me like really aggressive voicemails. He was always just like, call me back, bye. So let's see.
Hi, call me right back, please. Thank you.
Yeah, that was my voicemails from him. Let's see another one.
Hey, call me back. What happened, please?
And that was the voicemail. This was, I think, looking at the time date, this was like 20 days after his first surgery, or his only surgery.
Here's a laser.
And those are the only voicemails I have, which is a bit of a shame, but what can you do? But anyways, so I hope this episode was informative / entertaining, hopefully. And if you've made it this far, thanks for tagging along on the journey. If you are in a place where, again, like you are feeling stuck in grief, know that it's not always sad. And me going on 6 years now, like, yes, it definitely gets sad at times, but a lot of the times it kind of just becomes part of life, and it's fun to talk about. And it's like, it is a part of life, unfortunately. And I obviously do miss my dad every day, but it gets to a point where you're not as upset about things as time goes on. And it's nice to like look at the memories back. And hopefully this video was able to inspire you to feel better in whatever it is that you might be feeling. So I hope this episode was able to bring you either some information, some entertainment, some inspiration, whatever the case may be. I hope that you found something valuable out of this X amount of time that you were watching this episode or listening to this episode. And again, if you need any support, the organization is always here to support you. You can visit us on any social media platform at Glioblastoma Research. You can visit us online at gbmresearch.org. And we will see you on the next episode of Glioblastoma, AKA GBM. Bye.